If you want a great new phone without the high price tag, then you now have two really fantastic options: Apple's new iPhone SE and the Samsung Galaxy A53 5G. But which one is right for you? Let's break down the specs. When it comes to buying a new phone, we often hear a lot about the very top of the line devices with plenty of bells and whistles that you might not use, and prices that can run upwards of $1,000. But if you want a great new phone, you don't have to empty your wallet. Thankfully, Apple and Samsung have both just released new, lower-cost versions of their flagship phones for those of you who want great features without the cost: Apple's 2022 iPhone SE and the Samsung Galaxy A53 5G. Both of these phones start below $500 and give you lots of great high-end features. You can check the description below for links on up-to-date pricing and pre-order info. Now, I haven't gone hands-on with either of these phones yet, but a lot of the things you need to know about them can actually be found in the spec sheets. Don't have time to read through all that fine print? Don't worry, I've got you. I'm going to break down all of the important details so you can make an informed decision. All right, let's start with price and performance. The iPhone SE starts at $429 for 64 gigabytes of storage, and you can also get a 128 gig model or a 256 gig model. The Samsung A53 starts at $450, but that will get you double the storage, starting at 128 gigs. The A53 also has a micro SD slot, which you won't find on top-of-the-line Galaxy phones, offering expandable storage up to 1 terabyte. In terms of performance, the iPhone SE has the new 4-core A15 Bionic chip inside. That's the same chip powering the iPhone 13, which is a great win for this phone. The A53, on the other hand, has an Exynos 1280 processor. Both phones are dust and water resistant, rated IP67. That means they were tested at a maximum depth of 1 meter for 30 minutes. And both phones offer 5G connectivity, though you probably expected that with a phone called the Galaxy A53 5G. Okay, next up, design and display. The iPhone SE has a 4.7-inch Retina HD display with a resolution of 1334 by 750 at 326 ppi. The other thing you'll notice on the SE compared to the more expensive iPhone models is that Apple has kept the Touch ID button on the SE, so you're looking at a body akin to the iPhone 8, albeit with much better hardware on the inside. There are bigger bezels on the SE compared to some of the higher-end iPhone models, but that's good news if you can't stand Apple's infamous notch. The A53 5G has a lot more screen real estate. It has a 6.5-inch Super AMOLED display with FHD Plus resolution and thinner bezels overall. But then again, the Samsung is a bigger phone overall. It's about 1/3 of an inch wider and almost an inch taller. And of course, both phones unlock with a fingerprint. Now, let's talk cameras. This is often where you see the biggest difference between a mid-range phone and the very top-of-the-line expensive models with that $1,000 price tag. The iPhone SE has one rear camera, a 12-megapixel wide camera with an aperture of f1.8 and 5x digital zoom. It also has optical image stabilization and portrait mode. On the front, the SE has a 7-megapixel camera with an aperture of f2.2. In terms of video, the iPhone SE can capture 4K footage at 60 frames per second on the rear camera and 1080p at 30 frames per second on the front camera. The A53 has what Samsung calls a quad camera system. On the rear, there are 3 cameras: a 64-megapixel main camera with an aperture of f1.8, a 12-megapixel ultra-wide lens at f2.2, and a 5-megapixel macro camera at f2.4. There's also a 5-megapixel depth sensor for portrait photos. On the front, there's a 32-megapixel hole-punch camera at f2.2. As for standout features, Samsung is talking up its AI-powered night mode that automatically synthesizes up to 12 frames per second to make night shots more crisp. The iPhone doesn't have a dedicated night mode, but it does use Apple's Deep Fusion for medium to low light shots, and that's supposed to improve clarity and detail. So Samsung has more cameras than Apple, but it remains to be seen how these cameras perform in the real world. Be sure to subscribe to CNET and look for our hands-on comparisons and reviews of these phones. And finally, let's talk battery life. Samsung says the Galaxy A53 has a 5000 mAh battery with support for 25 watts superfast charging. We'll be testing that claim, so check out cnet.com for our full review on the A53. Apple doesn't disclose battery capacity, but this phone has a bigger battery than the previous SE. The company says the SE will offer up to 15 hours of video playback or 10 hours over streaming with support for fast charging. They say you'll get a 50% charge in 30 minutes with a 20-watt adapter or higher. In his review, my colleague Patrick Holland says he was easily able to get by on a single charge through the day, even when he was shooting a bunch of photos and videos. So there you have it, two great phones that offer a lot of high-end features, all for under $500. But remember, these are just the specs on paper. So which phone do you think is the best bang for your buck? Let me know in the comments below. And thanks for watching.